we are going to discuss about what is process, what is the elements of process contains, then process state diagram. Previous class we discussed about the basics of operating system and what are the system structures are available. Okay, in this class we are discuss about process. Let us move on to the title. What is process? A program in executions can be called as process. Okay, a process contains several sections. Let us see one by one. First one, text section. What is text section? It specifies what is the actual code we are writing. That can be called as the text section. So I can mention here program code. For example, the program code means many programmer can able to write many programming language. Whatever the programming language we can write, that can be called as the program code. For example, C, C++, Java, each and every programming language can differ with the syntax. Okay, so in the text section specify what is the actual program code. Then next move on to the data section. What is the data section? What are the global variables are used in your process that can be stored only in the data section. What is global variable? Previously itself we have discussed about what is local and global. Local variable means the scope and lifetime of the variable can be possible to access within the function itself. Okay, global variables means outside the function also is it possible to access. So that kind of global variable we can able to store in the data section. Okay, then next section, heap. What is the heap? It is the memory dynamically allocated during runtime. For some of the process we can able to access during the runtime and also during the compile time. Okay, when the runtime, what is the data stored in the memory? That dynamically allocated runtime data can be stored on the heap. Okay, then what is PC? PC specified program counter. Program counter only give the instruction to the operating system. What is the next instruction to be executed? For example, we are taking the C program. In the C program, how many number of codes we can able to write? But where is the main function, right? That line only a program start to execute. Okay, so first line can be main. After that, what is the declaration part in that program? That is int a comma b. So first the program in C main instruction executed means program counter specify where is the declaration part. So the declaration part can be pointed out by the program counter. So simply I say that program counter specify what is the next instruction to be executed by the operating system. Okay, that is stored in the program counter. Then next, what is the stack? Stack is a temporary data. What are the temporary data? For example, local variable data, then function parameters. That kind of value can be stored in the stack. Okay, these are the process contained in the section. Then after that, what is the process? It has already two states. Active, passive. What is active? Active means that process stored in a program memory. So system memory, that can be called as the active state. When the process is in passive, passive means the process stored in the secondary storage. Can you identify? Active means stored in the memory, passive means stored in the secondary storage. What do you mean by the secondary storage? Pen drive, floppy disk, like the devices can be called as the secondary storage. Memory means main memory. Within the CPU, some portion can be allocated for main memory. So your process resides on the main memory. That time your process state specify active. When your process is not in the memory but stored in the pen drive, that time your process state specify passive. Okay. Here we can specify what is the process, a programming execution. Then we can list out the what is each and every process containing these kind of section. I already told what are the specification of each and every sections. The next, program counter specify what is the next instruction to be executed by the operating system. Then finally process is in two state. Active means stored in the memory, then passive means stored in the secondary storage. Okay. Now let us move on process states. Process contains 5 states. The states are new, ready, running, waiting, terminated. Okay. Let us see one by one. What is new? A process is being created. That can be called as new state. Then ready. Ready means process is waiting to be assigned to a processor. That means a process is ready but the processor is not free. So that time we can put the process in the ready queue. Okay. So that's why process is waiting to be assigned to a processor. The next, running. Running means your instructions are executed. That state your process is in running state. Then waiting. Waiting means process is waiting for some event to occur. For example, any IO request. For example, we can say we can able to write the program in different method. First method, now I want to display the welcome to all message only. That time, that program no need to wait for IO event. Then one more example, your program able to process addition of two numbers. That time you have to get the two input. So that process go for the IO event wait. So that kind of your program go for the waiting state. The next terminator. Terminator means process is finished execution. Your entire program execution done means that time your process is in terminated state. Okay. In this diagram specify the process state diagram. How your process can be changed from one state to another state. Okay. Totally the process contains 5 states. How this diagram specify means when the process can be switch over from one to another state. Okay. So initially the new state, then after that it is go for the ready state. In the ready state your new processor admitted to the ready. Then after that if your processor is ready means we mentioned ready means waiting to assign to a processor. When your process is available, that time immediately scheduled to dispatch, so ready to running state it will go. So already I mentioned now, just you can able to display printer welcome message only. Your program containing the main task means that time new state, ready state, running, terminated. Without going for waiting state, your process will be completed. Okay. So one more example. For example, I am able to do addition of two numbers. Okay. We have to do addition process means you have to get the value of A and B, then only you can able to calculate the value of C. So that time your process initially first state go to new state, then ready state, then running state. Okay. While the running only it needs to get the value of the variable A and B. Okay. That time your process can be switched over from running state to waiting state. Okay. When the user can able to give the input output value, after that only it is go for the ready queue. Okay. So in the second example, first state new, second state ready, third state running, then fourth state is waiting. Okay, waiting to get the IO. After the IO is processed, then it goes to the ready queue. Then only when the process is free, that time immediately go to ready to running, then terminated. Okay, so this only mentioned in this process state diagram. So initially after the new state ready, then when the message only displayed means directly go to the running state, then after that terminating the process. Okay. So whenever it is go for the waiting state means your processes need to get any input output value from the user. That time only waiting state will be activated. Okay. After receiving the input output, then only your state can be changed over from waiting to ready. Okay. After that ready to running. Then in this state only I can able to get the value of A 5, B 10. Then here I can able to make the calculation C equal to 15. Okay. So after getting the value 5, 10, it will goes to ready state. In the running state only this process can be done. Okay. In the running state only the result 15 will be produced. We can able to see the result. After that only the program go to termination stage. Okay, so these are specified in the process state diagram. Mainly process state contain two different process. When you are going to get the input means it is go for the waiting state, otherwise it is directly go to new, ready, running, terminated. Okay, I hope all of you enjoy this session. In this section we have clearly understand about what is process and the process state diagram. Thank you.